Hey there, Recovery fam. Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. If you're new to the community, please hit that big red support button down there and that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and share the videos with on also other social media. So today I'm bringing you another reading from the Just for Today book. It's a daily reading from the NA literature. It gives you something to work towards to strive for throughout your day, meditate on, and it's been it's been very beneficial in my own recovery and in my own life. So today is February 19th, and the reading for today is called Reservations. And there's always a little reading before the reading, and the little reading for today says, "Relapse is never an accident. Relapse is a sign that we have a reservation in our program." And that's from the basic text, page 79 in the main literature book of Narcotics Anonymous. And the reading for today, a reservation is something we set aside for future use. In our case, a reservation is the expectation that if such and such happens, we will surely relapse. What event do we expect too painful to bear? Maybe we think if a spouse or a loved one leaves us, we will get high. Maybe we think if we lose a job, surely we think we will use. Or maybe it's the death of a loved one and we expect it to be unbearable. In any case, the reservations we harbor give us permission to use when they come true, as they often do. We can prepare ourselves for success instead of relapse by examining our expectations and altering them where we can. Most of us carry within us a catalog of antecedent misery closely related to our fears. We can learn to survive pain by watching other members live through similar pain. We can apply these lessons to our own expectations. Instead of telling us we will have to get high if this happens, we can quietly reassure ourselves too that we can stay clean through whatever life brings us today. And there's always a Just for Today reading. And the Just for Today is just for today. I will check for any reservations that may endanger my recovery and share them with another addict. So relapse, yeah. So relapse is never ever an accident. For me, in my own personal journey in recovery, I've never had to pick up another drug or another drink, but I've had mental relapses, spiritual relapses, emotional relapses. I've ended up in another institution, lost everything in my life in recovery because my thinking still hadn't changed, my perception still hadn't changed. It became all about me again in recovery 2.5 years into my recovery, and everything went away and it was worse. So, I have to make sure that I'm always conscious of my thinking, of my actions, of my words. So I stay in the program, not just around the program. There's a difference. I have to make sure that I'm being an active participant in recovery, in my own life. So sometimes I can think, no, and it is premeditated when okay, if this happens in my life, I'm going to drink, I'm going to use, I'm gonna whatever that ism is, right? So I have to make sure I'm always mindful of my thinking and my actions and my words, always on a constant basis, 24 hours a day, just for today, one day at a time. Because it is a one day at a time, just for today program of recovery that works for me. It keeps me centered, it keeps me balanced, it keeps me grounded. And I know I'm never alone. I have to make sure that I'm mindful of that as well, because sometimes I can get to that point where I'm feeling lonely again, but that's only because I'm isolating again. I'm not getting out there and being an active part of my own life, or an active part in recovery. So I have to be mindful of that. I have to make sure that I'm utilizing all the resources I do have. you know, call my sponsor, get to a meeting, go for coffee with a newcomer, or just someone, just get out of the house and not isolate. I have to make sure that I'm mindful of this kind of stuff. Like there's just being physically sober, but then there's also being emotionally sober and spiritually sober, and all of that other stuff too. You know, I have to be mindful of that too. Am I okay spiritually? You know, we talk about my sobriety or my clean time is only contingent on my spiritual condition, right? So how am I doing spiritually? Am I doing okay? How am I doing emotionally today? You know, I've been struggling a bit emotionally lately, and but it talks about talking about it. You know, how do I get past those feelings of fear and anxiety and depression and stuff like that? And it's getting out there and sharing with another addict, sharing with another alcoholic. You know, and it makes, and I'm always saying it makes it easier to share my stuff when someone else is sharing their stuff with me as well, right? Because I'm able to relate with that. I'm able to not compare but relate, you know, with the feelings and the emotions and the actions and results out there when I was in active addiction, you know. So I have to be very mindful of stuff like that, so I don't get into that headspace. Okay, this is gonna happen in my life, because when I get to the point where I'm always full of fear and have all those scenarios running around in my brain, if those always are in my brain, I'm manifested it. I'm manifesting that negative stuff in my life, and eventually that stuff's gonna happen, and then that's gonna be my excuse to use or drink, right? So I have to be mindful, and I gotta make sure that I'm doing okay mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and all of those things. But it's all about communication, talking and sharing with another addict or another alcoholic or someone who can relate with whatever ism they're going through in their lives. I have other people that out of AA or AA. I have other people who have eating disorders. I have other people who have gambling disorder, gambling. They deal with gambling and stuff like that too, right? And I can relate with that stuff too. I can relate with the love and sex addiction kind of deal too, right? So I have a lot of the isms. So I'm able to but on a daily basis, I try to make people know that they're not alone. You guys are not alone. You make a difference and you matter. Right? So, and I'm always saying that. And it's all about community. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed the reading. If you are new to the community, hit that big red support button down there and the notification bell so you don't missing upcoming videos or streams. And I'll see you all again very soon. Love you all. And have a wonderful day.